Hey everyone, it's Ryan from the Hambletonian Society, and we're back with another. Oh, you hear that? That's everybody's hands just rubbing together. Everybody's anxious on the road to the 2021 Hambletonian. We're almost there, August 7th. Can't even get through the intro to this video. That's how impatient everybody is. So instead of doing the intro and doing all that stuff, let's just jump right into the video. Now, we've talked about the upcoming schedule, every video, the upcoming schedule. Well, we're finally here. We're in that middle of that upcoming schedule. Hopefully this schedule stays the same moving forward. I love this session. It gives all these horses chances to dodge and duck each other, maneuver, bounce back and forth. They're all racing at the Meadowlands. We all get to actually compare what they're going to be like instead of everybody coming from all different directions. We didn't do a video last week because really the only race was the Yonkers Trot. And I felt like, well, let's just lump that into this video. So let's go right into the Yonkers Trot video. There are only 3 horses in the Yonkers Trot final that have all the tools and have proven that they have the abilities to win the Hambletonian final. Let's start with In Range. Now, In Range, in the past, we've said that he has trouble with the gate. One race, he didn't even make the gate. So what we want to see is how is he on the gate. Unfortunately, he draws post 8. So post 8, half-mile track, we all know that that is just the worst possible position probably in the sport. Here, In Range, we don't need him to bust out of the gate. We just need him to be forwardly placed. And 8-hole is so tough. And here he's going to get away 5th. That's fine. That's all you can really ask for. We just need him to show a little bit of ability. And I feel like he's shown that. So hopefully moving forward in the next couple of races, he continues to build on that because we need to see him build on that weakness. I think at this point, we're not focusing on horses' strengths. We're going to focus on horses' weaknesses because everybody has them. Every horse in this field that could be in the $1 million final on August 7th has weaknesses. So In Range's weakness is probably just his gate speed and his gate ability. Johan Palima, we've talked about him. He has just been so handy and he's been put in every uncomfortable position week after week after week. Finally, this week here, just go to the front, do your job. It's for $500,000. Do what we trained you to do. We take all the little races, we put you in the big race, and then this is what you're going to do. I mean, he was so easily rated, a half in 58. He gets, he blows down the backstretch here, a 27-2 third quarter. And I mean, just absolutely perfect. Does whatever Yannick wants him to do. You're going to see In Range here coming up on the outside. He's going to close in. And that's what we want to see. We know In Range can come from, as long as he's close, he's going to be a threat. He's going to be tough. Ambassador Hanover, he's a wild card. He's sitting second. He's going to end up finishing second here. He's going to hold off In Range. So we like to see that. But Ambassador Hanover should have been a little bit better given the trip that he got from sitting behind Johan Palima. So that was the Yonkers Trot. I don't want to say it was boring, but we did learn a lot from those 3 horses. In Range, again, has to work on his gate speed. That's probably his major weakness. Johan Palima, maybe just his speed. We haven't seen him go in the 51-ish range that you're going to have to trot on a big track. Unfortunately, hey, you got the money. Great for him. Maybe Svanset's new. He's in the B+ tier. May not win the Hambletonian, but we can certainly win the Yonkers Trot and bring home $250,000 to the stable. Now we're going to jump into the Reynolds, but this isn't the Reynolds race. We're going to talk about one of the Reynolds winners, Dancing in the Dark. He's another horse, just like Johan Palima, that is just building and building and building and building. Now, unfortunately, in one of his starts, just like In Range, his stablemate, Dancing in the Dark, didn't make the gate, made a break, costly error. Dancing in the Dark is on the number 3 with Tim Tetrick. His first start, he got away in the middle of the pack. He moved first on the outside and just charged home. Beautiful opening prep race. Now he's got to do it again. Now everybody kind of recognizes the horse as the best horse in the race. So now Tim Tetrick is going to treat him like the best horse of the race. And once they get up the backstretch, Tim's going to move him to the front. So Dancing in the Dark, other than just like Johan Palima, his weakness, well, other than the gate now. Again, he missed. Now, he had post 10. It could have post 10 on the outside is some horses have trouble with the outside gate. It's a little wider. You've got the stands. You've got no kind of barrier to really keep you in check. So we're going to give that one a pass, but it's just something in the back of the head of this horse may not be the best on the gate. Tim Tetrick moves to the front. Nice, easy 56 and 2.5. Beautiful horse. Nice stride on him. Tim doesn't look worried at all. But again, this horse is just super inexperienced like Johan Palima. But unlike Johan Palima, we really haven't seen him put in any uncomfortable position. So I don't know how this horse is going to be if he's fourth on the inside and has to sprint home, or is he third over, or does he have to leave? So we haven't seen this horse in uncomfortable positions yet like Johan Palima. So we're going to give the edge to Johan Palima in that aspect. But here he comes. He's charging home. Nice, easy. 28 and 2, 28 and 1, and a last quarter of 27 and 3, a mile and 52. Nice, even rated mile for Dancing in the Dark. Now, we move on to the Reynolds. Now, unfortunately, here he has post 4, and I guess it was a monsoon on half of the track, and the other half of the track was perfect. It's just one of those things. It's really unfortunate when you have a prep race and you're looking for a great mile and weather is a factor. So, again, Tim Tetrick, post 4. He gets away 5th. I don't know if we would have liked to have seen him a little bit stronger on the gate, but if his best move is going to be coming from behind and leading, then I guess he has this perfected. But again, I don't expect to see this type of race in the Hambletonian. We have to kind of, how's he going to fare against some of the other horses? Don't really think that he's going to be on the lead or be able to move to the front. He's certainly not going to be 3 to 5, but he's a good solid horse. So how is he going to fare when all the other horses come together? This race really, there was no other Hambletonian contenders. There's Hambletonian eligibles, but none of these horses in this race have shown really that they have the ability and the attributes to win the Hambletonian, especially after this race. Now, again, you could see it's just a complete monsoon in the backstretch, and there are pictures online, and you could find them, where it's raining on one half of the track, and then it's perfectly dry on the other half of the track. So, I mean, in a driving rainstorm, I don't like to fault horses during weather, but in weather, if they come through and persevere like Dancing in the Dark is, I mean, it's just a miserable experience. And Dancing in the Dark just absolutely takes charge, sprints home. A very solid mile, 150, 1 and 4. I mean, 27 and 2 in a rainstorm. That is absolutely something that you can take from that and say, you know what? This horse is solid. He's a contender. He's going to be right there in the end. Let's move on to the next Reynolds. Now, this was the heavyweight fight. This had every horse in it. Unfortunately, one of the horses, Lindy's Musclemania, who has post 10, you'll see he's not there. He was scratched out. So that just took the notch down a little bit. But we had Venerate on post 9. We had Son of a Mystery on post 6. Locatelli on post 5. There was a couple of other ones, and I think this race kind of started to separate the children from the champions. So we're going to focus on post 9, post 6, and post 5. Locatelli, Son of a Mystery, and Venerate. Now, Venerate, what have we seen in Venerate from the past? He's another horse that has had gate issues. He's always off the gate. What do we like to see? Let's improve, just like in range. Venerate, up on the gate. Love to see that. He doesn't have to sprint and get to the lead. He just has to be in the mix. So that's perfect. Venerate he's right in the mix of all this groups of horses. Locatelli and Son of a Mystery right in the middle of the pack. They're going to the front. We know Son of a Mystery has been a speed demon. Locatelli is going to make his way to the front. Son of a Mystery right on his helmet. He's going to make his way to the front. Now Venerate right in the middle of the pack. We've seen this in the Breeders' Crown where he just chills on the outside. I'm starting to wonder if this horse isn't the easiest to drive. And Andy Miller, probably one of the best drivers at just keeping a horse steady and nice and even. Venerate is going to make his way, move slowly up on the outside. Son of a Mystery makes the front. Locatelli sitting a 2-hole. Here are your 3 horses. These 3 are going to be battling it out in the Hambletonian, no doubt. We've seen Locatelli and Son of a Mystery magnets for each other. No matter where they are, they're together. Venerate, this is the spot that he made a break last time. Moving into the final turn, we're going to see Andy. Venerate does get a little bumpy here. He gets a little hesitant. He's going to lose about a quarter of a length. And I think Andy's doing a great job here of just steadying him through the turn. I don't know if the horse hits himself or he just wants to go more than what he can. But again, 3/4 of 125 and 2. It's muddy. It's rainy. It is what it is. We're not going to worry about the time. Venerate, we've seen in the Breeders' Crown, he wore down Captain Corey. On a streak, went up the inside to win the Breeders' Crown. Locatelli had every chance to win this race. It's a little disappointing that Locatelli is going to get gapped out. Venerate puts pressure on Son of a Mystery, and in the same spot, Son of a Mystery makes a break. Boy, that is tough. The 3 Melander horses this year have all the ability in the world to win this Hambletonian, and all 3 have had breaking problems and issues. In range, Dancing in the Dark in the beginning of the race. Son of a Mystery now, one of the fastest horses. Unfortunately, he's made 2 breaks in a row at the wire. So, Son of a Mystery and Dancing in the Dark and In Range, the Melander stable, their crew, they're going to have their work cut out for them on these 3 horses, because these 3 horses can win the Hambletonian. They just have to figure out whatever mental and physical issues. Now let's move on to back with Ambassador Hanover. Remember, he finished second in the Yonkers Trot Final. He was in a New York Sire Stakes, and again, he's really the only horse in here that has ability, and it's just him, and he's going to make his way to the front with Okas Fonstedt, and it's really a boring race. I don't really know what to take away from this race other than you had a race, you did your job, and you move on. There was really nothing to be learned from this. There was nothing really to fault the horse for. It's a half-mile track. The Hambletonian's going to be raced in a mile. He's on the lead. We know in the Hambletonian he's probably not going to be on the lead. So I don't really know how to rate this other than just he did his job. It's not a particularly fast mile at Yonkers. It's average, and that's pretty much it. Ambassador Hanover, one of those horses that could be there, maybe not. We don't really know because there's nothing to go on. So congratulations to Ambassador Hanover. He wins his New York Sire Stakes race. He may be a New York Sire Stakes champion at the end of the year. Will he be a Hambletonian champion? Odds are no. But again, congratulations. That's what you want. You want horses in your stable to just build bank money. And Svansets know how to do that. They know how to win all these races. So again, congratulations to Ambassador Hanover winning the New York Sire Stakes. But there's really nothing to take away from it. So those were your weekend races. Now we're getting into this weekend. There's 3 races that we want to keep in mind. We have the 2 Stanley Dancer divisions, and we have a regular overnight at the Meadowlands. In the overnight, we have In Range and Johan Palima going facing off against each other. This is going to be Johan Palima's litmus test. He's had a bunch of races on smaller tracks. Now he's got to up his speed. So as we talked about, Johan Palima was learning in his previous races, being put in uncomfortable positions. It's only him and In Range in this race, and we need to see some speed flat out of this horse. Whether it is go to the front and cut a mile in 51, or sit in the middle of the pack somewhere and a last quarter of 26-2. We need to see some. We don't need to see the whole mile, but we need to see some serious speed out of this horse because we know he's good. We know he's perfectly rateable. He's handling. He can be put in any position. He can leave. He can sit a 2-hole, come third over, sit boxed in on the rail, buried on the rail, and sprint home. He can do it however you want him to do it. But the only missing piece is the speed. In range, he almost needs to win this race. He won his first start at the Meadows way back in May, and since then it has just been race after race after race of just okay. So in range, he's going to have to step up his game, and he needs to beat Johan Palima because Johan Palima has gotten the best of this horse. So in range needs to have an almost flawless race so that when they go into the Hambletonian limbs, we know that this horse is back. If he just has a subpar performance, in range is probably going to fall off everybody's radar as a horse that can win the Hambletonian. Let's move into the 2 Stanley Dancer limbs. Dancing in the Dark, again, just like the Reynolds, drew the weaker field. There's really nobody in there. It's him again. And unfortunately, this does nothing for Dancing in the Dark other than just add money to your bank account. But as far as for the Hambletonian, he's going to move to the front again. And he should win again. And unless this horse wins in 50 and a piece, there's really nothing that this horse can do to impress anybody other than win super fast. Because he really hasn't proven, like Johan Palima, that he can do it from all aspects, all around, unless he's got the speed. So we're looking forward to a speed performance from Dancing in the Dark. Now the other division, that's another heavyweight matchup. 7 horses, race 11. We have Captain Corey, Venerate, Quattro de Julio, Son of a Mystery. Now Captain Corey, Okas Fonset is handing the lines to Yannick Gingras. Which, at the point when the entries came out, Yannick is driving Captain Corey. The other Svanstead horse, Southwind Tyrion, it was like, who was Oka going to drive? Well, when the entries came out, it was clear that Oka was going to drive Southwind Tyrion. Now we've learned, unfortunately, that Southwind Tyrion is out for the year. I wonder if Oka's going to continue to let Yannick drive Captain Corey, or is Oka going to take back the lines of Captain Corey? That's going to be an interesting thing. Well, I guess we'll see what happens on Saturday. But Yannick and Captain Corey, that is a great matchup. We all know this horse is the only horse that can challenge Son of a Mystery for the lead. So maybe now that Son of a Mystery, who's in the same race, he's been getting a little racy. We've seen Sears a little uncomfortable in the bike. And he hasn't finished. If he hadn't made breaks in those last 2 starts, Son of a Mystery would be your Hambletonian favorite. Nobody would challenge him, but he's got that issue. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, is the horse going to come from off the trot and try to just trot through the wire? Or do they just say, you know what? Keep gunning, keep going as far and as fast as possible, and maybe we'll just get so far ahead of everybody that nobody can keep up to us. And even if we do make a break at the wire, it's not lapped on, and whatever, we'll take away that $1 million purse for ourselves. But Captain Corey, I expect him to be on the lead. Venerate, post 3, right in the middle of the pack. Watch him on the gate again. Watch him in that final turn again. 1 race is building. 2 races is a pattern. So we want to see Venerate and Andy and Julie. We know he's going to be on the outside. He can roll first over. As long as he gets away in the middle of the pack, he'll be fine. We've seen him run down Captain Corey in the Breeders' Crown last year, so we look forward to that matchup. The other wild card is Quattro de Julio. He started earlier in the year. He had a New Jersey Sire Stakes leg win. He was second in the New Jersey Sire Stakes final. He's back off a qualifier. This is his first race in a long time. So I don't expect Quattro de Julio to go out and win this thing, but we've got to see, again, him build. He's got to be close. I know you've had almost 2 months off, but he's got to be close. He's got to be right there, maybe following Venerate. That would be the perfect spot, second or third over, passing horses at the end, good last quarter. Build upon for your Hambletonian. Now let's look at the last race next week is the Tompkin Gears at the Meadowlands. A lot of horses are not eligible. These 6 are eligible. Dancing in the Dark, Venerate, Lindy's Musclemania, Local Telly, Ambassador Hanover, and Son of a Mystery. Now, if Venerate does his job this weekend and wins, I expect that's it. He's Hambletonian a limb bound. So I don't expect to see him. But if he makes a break or he does something goofy, they may throw him back in there to try to reset whatever. So again, watch Venerate. Dancing in the Dark, he's going to be back in there. He needs to keep growing, keep getting more speed. He looks like a tough-built horse. I don't think another race is going to bother him. Lindy's Musclemania, he was scratched. He qualified. He made 2 breaks. He qualified fantastic. Then he was scratched. So look for Lindy's Musclemania next weekend. He's got the speed. He's one of the fastest horses. So it's just a matter of him getting his head and leg straight and getting ready to roll for whatever mental issues he's got. Ambassador Hanover, it'll be his start on a big track. So he's another one that we need to see. Hey, let's get some speed into him. And Son of a Mystery, maybe another race will be good for that horse. I think he seems like a horse that just needs more practice, I guess. Again, we don't know if he's jumping the wire, if he's just getting pressured at the end and he gets a little tired. But it seems like whether it's a fitness issue and he gets maybe weak down by the wire, or a mental issue, both of those issues seem like more repetition the better. So look for Son of a Mystery next weekend in the Tompkin Gears. Other than that, all the other horses, this may be their final start before the Hambletonian Elims on July 31st. So keep in mind the Stanley Dancer, race number 2, race number 11 this Saturday night.